Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, baby. This is Big Chef with your boy Chef Randy Love. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about Chris Brown and Usher beef and how Rihanna has stepped in and taken Usher's side.
Has reportedly reacted to Chris Brown's physical altercation with Usher, and sources are saying she feels there's no more hope that Chris will ever change.
Because I can believe in something, but I cannot make anyone believe in that.
Chris Brown and Usher recently got into a heated argument at Chris's birthday party, and according to multiple sources, Chris and his crew jumped Usher, leaving him with a bloody nose.
I'm tired of reading about some as soon as I got something popping.
The altercation apparently started because Usher stepped in to defend Tiana Taylor after Chris disrespected her. However, fans are now saying they don't feel sorry for Usher or Tiana because both of them defended Chris after his 2009 attack on Rihanna. But what did Rihanna have to say about all this? Has she really lost all hope that Chris can change his ways? Let's get into it.
It's something that cannot go unacknowledged.
Just months after Chris Brown complained about people always bringing up his violent past, he got into yet another physical altercation with none other than his close friend, Usher. Chris reportedly got into an argument with Tiana Taylor, calling her all types of names, before Usher stepped in and tried to calm him down. However, according to eyewitnesses, when Usher later left the venue, he was jumped by Chris's crew. As you can imagine, fans, especially Rihanna's fans, had a very strong reaction to this, because not only did Usher and Tiana stay friends with Chris after he attacked Rihanna, but Tiana publicly made fun of Rihanna's injury. Talk about Chris jumping Usher. Let's go over some context first, so you can understand why Rihanna reportedly feels that Chris is a lost cause. As you all know, Rihanna and Chris had a very toxic on-again, off-again relationship for years that almost ended in tragedy. In February 2009, Chris physically attacked Rihanna in the car while they were on their way to the Grammys. And according to a police report, he reportedly punched her in the face, shoved her against the passenger window, and held her in a headlock until she started losing consciousness. Rihanna eventually managed to free herself after Chris pulled over, and onlookers who noticed Rihanna's injuries called the police. Chris was arrested and he pleaded guilty to the felony charge, receiving 5 years of probation and a restraining order. And though Rihanna and Chris briefly reconciled in early 2013, Rihanna quickly realized that Chris hadn't changed at all, and they broke up for good. Around this time, Rihanna also got involved in a public feud with Tiana Taylor. The feud started after Rihanna shared a video on Instagram of her hairstylist making fun of Tiana.
My mind constantly in your arms is where you should be.
When Tiana fired back at Rihanna on Twitter, Rihanna changed her Twitter background to a screenshot showing Tiana's $500,000 assets versus Rihanna's then net worth of $90 million. Tiana then decided to go even lower, and she responded by changing her background to a photoshopped image of her and Rihanna in a boxing match, using a photo of Rihanna's face from the Chris Brown attack. Since then, Tiana has publicly praised Chris on multiple occasions and referred.
That's my brother for life.
Yeah.
Period. We best friends. So.
Still now? Because sometimes when you get into a relationship, your guy friends, it gets hard to maintain guy friendships when you're in a relationship or you're married. But you've been able to do that.
Yeah. Because that's really like, and you know, for a long time, and it's so sad because in the industry, you can't be friends with somebody without somebody thinking that y'all doing something.
Yeah, of course.
And me and Chris is like genuine friends.
However, many fans warned Tiana that Chris would eventually turn on her, and that's because his attack on Rihanna wasn't the last time he was involved in a violent incident. In 2012, Chris was accused of shoving a woman to the ground at a nightclub, leaving her with torn knee ligaments. The following year, Chris was involved in a physical altercation with Frank Ocean over a parking space, and Frank told the police that Chris threatened to shoot him. Then in 2015, a woman filed a report against Chris, claiming that he forcibly threw her off his tour bus and smashed her phone. Chris's run-ins with the law continued in 2016, and in January, a woman accused Chris of punching her in a Las Vegas nightclub. And just months later, Chris's former tour manager, Nancy, quit out of fear for her own safety after Chris threatened her. Meanwhile, Chris also started stalking his ex-girlfriend, Karrueche Tran, and he even publicly bragged he's one of those, if I can't have you, nobody can have you guys.
Complaining about being like stalkers, in love with y'all, kind of crazy, and get tired of it. Well, guess what? I'm one of them. If I love you, ain't nobody gonna have you. I'm gonna make you miserable. I'm gonna chase that out. I'm gonna chase your ass around, and it's done. Ladies, y'all ever dealt with a that just be like blowing y'all up, hopping gates, stalking the out you, getting on your nerves? But I'm one of them. If I love you, ain't nobody gonna have you. That I'm tearing up everything.
In 2017, Karrueche was granted a 5-year restraining order against Chris after she testified under oath that Chris physically attacked her on multiple occasions, punching her in the stomach and pushing her down the stairs. But despite all of this, Chris's career didn't suffer at all, and multiple celebs continued to publicly support him, including Teyana Taylor and Usher.
In celebration of two people who love each other, because I love Chris. I don't like him. I don't like his music. I love his music. I love him. He's my little brother, and he's always been there for me, and I've always been there with him. Through hard ups and down times, I've been there with him.
But what's crazy is that Chris kept complaining about cancel culture despite never actually being canceled. Earlier this year, he went on an IG rant saying he's tired of people still bringing up his attack on Rihanna. If y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my whole entire ass, Chris wrote. I'm 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. However, fans accuse Chris of trying to gaslight everyone and manipulate the truth because he wasn't 17 when he attacked Rihanna. He was actually 19 going on 20. Also, fans pointed out how Chris conveniently failed to mention that he attacked multiple other people after the Rihanna incident. And now that Chris has seemingly turned on both Teyana Taylor and Usher, fans are saying this should be a wake-up call to everyone who enables others. On Saturday, May 6th, TMZ reported that Chris and Usher got into a heated argument the previous night at a roller rink in Las Vegas, where Chris was celebrating his 34th birthday, and the argument escalated into a physical fight. While the physical altercation wasn't captured on camera, TMZ published a video of Chris and Usher arguing with Teyana standing next to them. Eyewitnesses told TMZ that Chris was trying to talk to Teyana, but she was ignoring him, and that apparently set him off, and he started yelling at her. According to Whack 100, Chris was calling Teyana all types of B-word, and that's when Usher, who was hosting Chris's surprise party, tried to intervene. However, this pissed off Chris even more, and he started arguing with Usher.
Now he took off on Usher, and Usher was hosting his birthday party. Because he went off on Teyana Taylor and called her a bunch of butch. Usher tried to talk to her and they took off on it.
It's unclear whether Chris himself physically attacked Usher. However, several sources reported that Chris's crew jumped Usher after he left the roller rink, leaving him with a bloody nose. According to the Shade Room, the physical altercation took place on Chris's tour bus after Usher followed Chris there to talk and de-escalate. And while Chris, Usher, and Teyana are yet to publicly address this, one person who has allegedly privately reacted to this news of the incident is Rihanna. According to sources close to Riri, she allegedly feels disappointed, but not surprised by Chris's behavior. And though Rihanna doesn't wish any harm on Chris, she's apparently lost all hope that he'll change. As for fans, they're saying this just proves Chris never deserved a second chance after attacking Rihanna, and they're not showing a lot of sympathy for Usher and Teyana. One fan tweeted, "Kinda don't feel bad because Chris Brown is a known so of course he disrespect Teyana Taylor. No one told Usher to host a surprise party for him. Like, this is what happens when you're friends with the and you enable their behavior." And another fan added, "And yet Chris Brown defenders still want to say he's changed. Literally where?" But let's hear your thoughts on this. Did Usher and Teyana enable Chris's behavior? Is there any hope at this point that Chris can change?
Well, we gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. The question is Chris Brown wrong? Is Usher wrong? Is Rihanna right? The answer, I'm going to be honest with you, is Teyana right? I really don't know who right or wrong in this situation. Will Chris Brown ever change his domestic ways? I don't know. Maybe he just like beating up on stuff, I don't know. Maybe he really a gangster in real life. Maybe he ain't the Chris Brown we know from the dancing and the prancing and the girls and the fame, you know. But I just want to say, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, man. Quit being a hater. Don't be no hater. Subscribe, like, and comment.
See the top, I'm on top. See the guap, get the guap, that's a lot. Hit the gas, need no brakes, I don't stop, yeah. Yeah, oh my God, at the top, see the top, I'm on top.